What's going on, everybody? Well, first and foremost, I appreciate you guys just tuning into this and watching this and being a part of this. I recently put a poll on my Instagram. I wanted to make a video about my whole entire journey, playing D1, going JUCO, going D2, quitting football, going D3, going back to D1. I wanted to make a whole video about that. So I put a poll on my Instagram and I was like, hey guys, would you guys rather have a series or would you guys rather have one video? And everyone basically said they wanted to do a series. Originally, I wanted to do one video, but it would just be way too long to make this in one video. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to give you guys all the details I feel like are needed so you guys can learn from my mistakes, learn from my story. So I was like, you know what? We're going to do a series, man. So appreciate you guys tuning in. So this will be episode 1 of the series, man, just talking about my journey. In this episode, I'm just going to be going in and giving you guys a little bit of my background. Talking about my high school experience, going prep, and then committing to UMass. And I honestly just feel like it was necessary to talk about my high school experience as well because I was definitely faced with some adversity. All my trials and tribulations didn't just start right when I got to college. I definitely went through some stuff in high school as well. So I'm gonna try and make this one as short as possible. It's gonna be kind of hard because there's still a lot of details that need to be talked about. So like I said, so you guys can really understand all this stuff. But before we get started, I need you guys to pause the video, keep the video playing, whatever it is. Hit that subscribe button, man. I got 40-something thousand on TikTok. I got 20-something thousand on Instagram, but I only have 450 subscribers on YouTube. I need your guys' help. Please subscribe to the channel, man. It would just really help me out, man. It really helps with the views and stuff. So like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let's get into it. All right, disclaimer before we get into this video. This is all my experience, man. I'm just sharing my stories with y'all, my truths with y'all. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to sway anybody saying, oh, you shouldn't do this or you should do this. I don't want to do any of that. I feel like everyone's journey is different, but this is just me talking about my experience and what I went through high school, prep school, and college. Hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes. Hopefully you guys can learn from my story, get some inspiration. But yeah, I'm doing this just so I can shed light on what I went through to help you guys out. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jared Martino. I'm from Malden, Massachusetts. And I am a former Division I football player, and now I'm on this content creation journey. I've kind of been on it for a little while. I really started to take it seriously probably a year and a half ago when I started posting on TikTok when I was at JUCO. But now I'm done playing football. I had to stop playing football due to injuries. I was like, you know what? Let's really go all in on this content journey. So that's where I'm at right now. That's who I am. And so to really understand my story, we are going to go back to October 23rd, 2015, my sophomore year, Malden High School versus Everett High School. This game completely changed my football career for the rest of my life. If you're from Massachusetts, if you're from the New England area, you know that back in the day, Everett High was the team to beat. They were the powerhouse. They were always sending guys D1, Super Bowls every year. They were the team. And if you're from Malden, you know that Everett was our rival. So we never really beat Everett ever. I remember playing against these guys in Pop Warner, losing every single year. Freshman year gets smoked. Watching the high school team lose every year. We have never beaten Everett. But we had a really good team this year. And this was my first year starting on varsity at quarterback. And for the first time in over 25 years, we beat Everett and we won the Greater Boston League Championship. When I say my football career was never the same after that, I truly mean that because I really feel like this game right here started to establish who I was in high school, and I started to get some hype around my name because I was only a sophomore when we did this. And like I said, if you're from Malden, if you're from the area, Malden never beats Everett. So for us doing this, it was a crazy ass accomplishment. I remember after the game, everybody rushed the field. It was like a movie, bro. My brother comes up to me, he's like, do you realize what you just did? This was a huge moment in the city of Malden. This is something I still hear about to this day. Whenever I'm in Malden or whenever I'm around Malden football or just talking to people about it, every time it always gets brought up, yo, remember when you guys beat Everett, man? Yo, that shit was so crazy. That is something that probably is never gonna happen again, and something that happened, it was 1 in 25 years. We had never done this. It was a crazy ass game. Won 22-19, threw a touchdown, ran a touchdown, recovered a fumble. I dropped the game-winning pick though. If I had caught the pick, man, bro, you would never hear the end of that because that would have been 2 touchdowns, a pick, and a fumble recovery. But I dropped the pick, man, and my boy ended up getting the pick to win the game. And yeah, that game was crazy, man. Like I said, I feel like it really changed the trajectory of my football career because I started to get some hype around me. People were like, bro, a sophomore quarterback just did that? Like, it was crazy, man. Like I said, Everett was that team, and Malden had never really beat them. So that sophomore year goes by, I have a good season. Junior year, I'm at Malden High. I'm playing with my guy, Isaiah Likely. We were kind of like the duo. I have over 3,000 total yards, 30 touchdowns. And now I'm kind of in a position where I'm starting to get a little bit of recruitment, like some FCS schools. I went on a Rutgers junior day, went on a Coastal Carolina visit. I'm starting to get some love, starting to get some interest, but I'm also a baseball player too. And I'm playing summer baseball, summer AAU baseball for the East Cobb Expos. And they're telling me, hey man, if you want a shot to play big time college baseball, I think you should go look at the prep route. They had a connection with a school in Connecticut called Cheshire Academy. They're like, hey, I think it would be best for your overall career. You go against better competition, you're around better athletes, you're just around a different environment than you would be at Malden High. I'm going to class with dudes that their fathers are the friggin' owner of a soccer team in Italy, and all these dudes are it's just a different lifestyle. So I go on the visit to Cheshire, and I really like the school, Like I said, I was getting originally recruited there for baseball, but then obviously the football coaches get wind of me. I go to a football game. They got Tariq Black going to Michigan. They got Brandon Sebastian going to BC. They got CJ Lewis going to Tennessee. CJ Holmes going to Notre Dame. So I'm sitting there like, yo, this is a no-brainer for baseball and for football. I'm leaning more towards football, but I'm like, hey, you never know what can happen with baseball. So I go on the visit, I like the school, apply to the school, and I eventually get in, and then I announce that I'm going to Cheshire. And this was super awkward because I was in the middle of my baseball season at Malden High when I announced this. So it was like all the coaches knew I was leaving, everyone knew I was leaving, like administration was very, very upset, which I totally understand in a sense. Like we had just lost Isaiah Likely, he had transferred to Everett, and then I'm leaving too. So, they had these two athletes and they're both gone, and now everyone's like, damn, like you're the villain kind of thing. And it sucked because I understood it from a sense where it's like, you grew up in Malden, we want you to stay, who knows, you could really stay here and still get the offers you want. Like I totally understood that. But then at the same time too, it was like for a kid from Malden, Massachusetts to get an opportunity to go to a prep school like Cheshire Academy, like I feel like if they were in my position, they would have done the same thing. So it was tough, man, because I never really wanted to leave Malden. I wanted to be the guy that helped put Malden on the map, and I wanted to be the athlete that made it from Malden. We had Breno Giacomini who went and played for the Seahawks, won the Super Bowl. But other than that, like we didn't have any like big time recruits or nothing. My boys Danley and DJ went to CCSU, but like we didn't have no like Power 5 or nothing like that. Like that just didn't really happen at Malden High. So I always wanted to be that, but then it came to the point where I was like, hey, I feel like another year I was going to reclass. I was originally in class of 2018, reclass to the class of 2019, just to get an opportunity to go prep, play against better competition, enhance my recruitment. It was kind of a no-brainer. So I go to Cheshire, and I'm going originally, to play quarterback and to play baseball. So I get there, it's a quarterback battle. It's me and this other guy that had been there, and unfortunately, this is when I saw the reality that politics can play in sports, and it sucked because at the time I didn't really realize it, but now looking back on it, it was like, damn, like, I wish things went a little differently, but I'm grateful for it all. Everything happens for a reason. So I go there to play quarterback. They're like, all right, you're in a quarterback battle, but we can't really figure out who's better, which I thought was kind of crazy, but hey, it is what it is. So first game comes, they're like, all right, he gets the first quarter, you get the second quarter. So I'm like, all right, bet. First quarter comes. I'm playing like safety, running back, wildcat, quarterback. Like they got me all over the field. First quarter comes, he's doing that. We don't score nothing on offense. Second quarter comes, I break a sack, roll out right, throw a touchdown. So I'm like, all right, bet I got this in the bag. Like I'm gonna be a quarterback. That was the last time I played quarterback that entire season. I was playing like wildcat quarterback. I was playing safety, running back. Like they had me all over the field, mainly at running back, but they were trying to use me all over the field. So I'm like, damn, like I do still want to play quarterback. Like I really feel like, I worked really hard this offseason to develop myself as a quarterback. I can do both. I can run, I can throw. Like it's not like I'm a slouch. Like, I got the baseball background, and then, at Malden High, I rushed for 1,200 yards. Like I'm not I really feel like I had a lot going for me at QB, but at the time I'm like, all right, maybe I'm not a quarterback, maybe just me playing other positions will help my recruitment, just show that I'm just an athlete, you know what I'm saying? Which I thought was going to be the case, but unfortunately that didn't really happen. So I played that season just playing a bunch of different positions, man. Not getting really any recruitment love, to be honest. Like, honestly, I was talking to more schools at Malden High. I felt like I had the Rutgers visit. I was talking to some FCS schools, and now I do the junior year again, and I'm not talking to nobody. Like, no schools are showing me love. So I'm like, whoa, I'm stressing because I'm like, damn, did I just make the wrong decision? Like, should I have just stayed? Like, should I have not switched positions? Like, And it didn't make sense because we were killing teams, man. We were the best team in Connecticut at the time. We played all the prep schools in Connecticut, smoked them. We lost one game. We played Bishop Sullivan in Virginia. They had the #1 recruit in the country. Like, they smoked us, but other than that, like, we were handling teams. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I played the season, nothing, no love, no offers, nothing, man. So that spring season comes, I'm playing baseball. We were all post-grad team. Like, the entire team was post-grads that started, except for me. I was the only junior that started. And all our guys were going D1, and I had a great season. You know, I was playing baseball, had a great season, was getting a little bit of recruitment for baseball too. UMass, Quinnipiac, Stetson, like some schools were showing love for baseball, but my thing was like, bro, like I went prep to get a full scholarship. Like baseball doesn't offer full scholarships, so my focus is gonna be on football. And little did I know that last spring junior season was gonna be the last time I ever played baseball, man. So now summer comes. This is summer of 2018, summer of 2018. So I'm doing the camps. You know, I go to the UConn camp, they tell me no. I go to UMass camp, they tell me no. Bryant camp, they tell me no. BC camp, they tell me no. So I'm just hearing no. No schools are showing me love, man. I got no offers. I got nothing, bro. And in the middle of this camp season, our quarterback from last year at Cheshire tears his ACL. So they call me like, Jared, you're going to go play quarterback this year? Like, you're back at quarterback. So now I'm kind of at a crossroad and I'm kind of confused because I'm like, bro, if I'm playing quarterback, do I go to these camps as a quarterback? Do I go to these camps as a running back? Like, I don't know what to do. And I honestly really didn't have like any direction. No one was telling me like, yo, you should do this. You should go here. Like, I was kind of just doing it on my own kind of thing. And I felt like it was unfair because I was like, bro, like I just went prep so I could get some help. And I really didn't feel like I was getting the help that I deserved, like that we went there for. And I'm kind of just at a crossroads because, like I said, I don't know what to do. I don't know what position I can play in college. Like, I'm just playing. Like, I'm just a good football player. So whatever, I train the rest of the summer at quarterback. I don't go to no more camps. I'm just training my ass off like I always did. Training my ass off, training at quarterback again because I'm like, hey, if I'm going to go play quarterback, like, I'm going to make a statement. And I'll never forget, I'm at the barbershop a day before we go to camp, and my coach calls me. He said, hey, Jared, like, I hate to do this, but, you know, we're bringing in another quarterback. I'm like, bro, like, I just trained the whole summer for quarterback. Like, I didn't know what to do with camps because I didn't know what position they would want me at. Like, come on, bro, that's a little absurd. So I'm pissed, bro, like so mad. And then we get to camp, and yeah, so they move me back at running back. I'm playing running back and like outside linebacker. He's playing quarterback. First game of the season, we play the Hun school in New Jersey. I have a great game, rushed for like 100-some yards, have a touchdown. Like the Hun coach came after me after the game. He was like, yo, bro, like you're a dog, you're a baller. Hits me up on Twitter a few days later. He's like, yo, any school that comes by, I've been mentioning your name, like you deserve to be playing big time football. And I thought that was super dope because no one was really telling me that. And I'm hearing it from another coach. And I was like, all right, you know, I am on the right path. You know, my journey's just a little different. Like, you know, it is what it is. So like halfway through the season, we end up losing 2 games. We lose 2 games that we had no business losing. We lost the Hun game, we should have won. We only lost 14-16. And then we lose to Brunswick, which we had no business losing to them, bro. We smoked them the year before. They were not better than us. We just couldn't move the ball on offense. So halfway through the season, they moved me back to quarterback. They moved me back to quarterback in the middle of a game against this team from Canada. And we're getting smoked. But they put me back at quarterback. We make a comeback. I have 6 touchdowns. I had 2 sacks on defense. Like, I balled out, but we were just already down by so much. I think we only ended up losing by like 7. We were down by like 20 at half. So boom, after that game, they're like, all right, Jared, you're quarterback the rest of the season, bro. I'm like, all right, word. So next game, at this point, we already have 3 losses. We lost to the Hun, we lost to Brunswick, and we lost to the school in Canada. School in Canada was nasty, bro. So now we're going back to New Jersey to play Mater Dei. I'm at quarterback. 5 touchdowns. We win on a late second. I throw a touchdown pass to my dog last second. We win the game. A reporter after the game's like, yo, tweets on Twitter. He's like, Jared Martino is the most complete quarterback I've ever seen in person since PJ Walker. So I'm sitting there like, bro, this is like my second game back at quarterback in 2 years. Like, and now I'm just so confused even more because I'm just like, bro, what position am I gonna play in college, bro? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm a dog at quarterback. I don't really feel like I'm a running back. Like, I'm not playing defense. Like, he would be like, you know, they would say, oh, you'll play linebacker in college. But I'm like, all right, if y'all think I'm gonna play linebacker in college, why aren't I playing linebacker now? Like, it just never made sense to me, bro. So, whatever, the next 3 games, in 3 games I had 13 touchdowns, And after that, I ended up winning New England Prep School Player of the Year. Class A, New England Prep School Player of the Year. So Class A is Division 1. So it's the best division in prep school in New England. I win the Player of the Year. So I'm like, bro, I'm definitely going to get offers now. Well, I lied. So backtrack a little bit. I was going a little too fast. I apologize. Middle of that senior season, I ended up getting an offer from Merrimack. They were D2 going D1. They were my first offer. I think it might have been after the Brunswick game they offered me where we lost. And then I get moved back to quarterback. So, and then boom, back to where we were just at. I win the Prep School Player of the Year. And then after the season, Sacred Heart offers me to play linebacker. So I have Merrimack FC or D2 going D1 as a running back. And I have Sacred Heart FCS in the NEC going to offer me as a linebacker. So I'm like, all right, bet, whatever. Like, I'm still really not content with the offers I have. I'm like, bro, I just won Prep School Player of the Year. Like, how do I only have these 2 offers? Like, it didn't really make sense to me, bro. So then I'm at a point where I'm just trying to figure it out, just going through the whole recruitment process, man, just trying to just get my name out there. I'm going crazy on Twitter, just trying, bro. Like, frustrated as hell because I'm like, dude, I did my part. Like, how are these offers not coming in? So a kid that we had just played against, St. Thomas More, he tweets that he got invited to the Pro Football Hall of Fame World Bowl, and he tagged the dude that invited him. I've never heard of the Pro Football Hall of Fame World Bowl, but I'm seeing mad dudes with huge-ass offers are playing in this game. So I hit the dude up that he added on Twitter, and I'm like, hey, like, here's my film, da-da-da. Just give me a look. Tell me what you think. He's like, yeah, your film's cool, bro, but this is the best players in the country. This is not your lane, bro. So I hit him back. I'm like, bet. Like, you're going to hear about me one day. Like, I promise you're going to hear about me one day. And 2 weeks go by. I get a DM from him on Twitter. He's like, bro, I can't stop thinking about what you said. Here's an invite to the Pro Football Hall of Fame World Bowl. All expenses paid. I think you deserve a shot, man. And for those of you, you're probably like, what the hell is the Pro Football Hall of Fame World Bowl? So at the time, 2 directors from the Army All-American game left the Army All-American game to start their own thing, and they started this, which it had like pro Hall of Famers that were coaching the teams. Like Rod Woodson was one of our coaches, and I can't remember the rest of the guys, but it was a legit game. Like, this was no pay-to-play bullshit game. Like, all expenses paid, like, handled everything. It was on CBS Sports. Like, this was a real-ass game. You just don't hear about it anymore because the next year they tried doing it, the pandemic had hit, and it was hard, obviously, doing that because with the pandemic, and then also the game was in Mexico City, so like doing passports and stuff like that. No one could really travel out the country and stuff, so they had to cancel it, and unfortunately, they never had a game again. So I was the first and the only Pro Football Hall of Fame World Bowl roster. You guys can literally look it up. It's on 24/7 Sports. Like, this game was no joke. So I go to the game, I'm doing the practices and shit, and I end up starting. I'm the starting running back. Getting my shot, playing against top competition. Like, bro, Kayvon Thibodeau's on my team. We got dudes in the game playing at Michigan State, Penn State, Oklahoma. Like, any school you could think of, bro, they were playing in this game. And like I said, first round pick, Kayvon Thibodeau, literally on my team. Like, I remember him sitting on the bench with me, and we are just chopping it up, bro. And it was dope because he was like, yo, after the game, hit me, bro. I'll help you out with recruitment and stuff. All the dudes that I played with in the game were showing mad love on Twitter. We're just, helping me get my highlights out. It was sick, bro. They showed hella love. Like, I made some nice plays, started. And so at this point, I'm thinking, like, bro, I just proved that I can play against the best players in the country. Like, I'm not going FCS. I'm going to wait until an FBS school's offer me, bro. Like, I know that I can play at that level. I just proved it. All these guys are telling me I can do it. They're showing mad love. Like, I know I can do it. So now we're at the point where, like I said, I got the 2 FCS offers. Played in this game, New England Prep School Player of the Year. I feel like a lot of shit is going my way now, finally. Rutgers offers me a preferred walk-on, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to take it because my boy's going to Rutgers. My boy Malachi Burby, my brother, man, that's my dog. He's going to Rutgers, and I'm like, okay, this could be a good opportunity. Big Ten school. I'm going to just bet on myself, bro. And then, like, some time goes by. I'm like, I don't really know if it's a good idea, but I'm getting pressured by Sacred Heart and Merrimack. They're like, yo, like, if you don't commit, we're going to pull your offer. And I'm like, shit. So, okay, I don't really... This is hard because this is January of my my senior season. So this is January 2019. So I'm like, ah, shit, I don't know what to do, man. And then UMass comes along, and they're like, hey, they come to the school, like, showing me mad love, bro. It was so weird because, like, I didn't know if they were offering me a scholarship. Like, the way they made it seem like was, we're going to offer you a scholarship. But it was just weird, bro. So they come to the school, they say the same shit, like, showing me mad love. And then eventually they're like, all right, we're going to offer you a preferred walk-on too. So I'm like, all right, shit. I'm debating between Rutgers and UMass because I'm like, all right, look, here's the situation that I'm in. I went prep so I could get a full scholarship. You know what I'm saying? I went to Chester so I could get a full scholarship. And I have this FCS offer from Sacred Heart and this FCS offer from Merrimack, but neither of them are full scholarships. So I go that route. I got to pay for school every year. Or I take one of these preferred walk-ons at UMass or Rutgers, and I could potentially only have to pay 1 year, get put on scholarship. Like, I believe in myself. I'm going to fully bet on myself. So after talking with my parents, we decided that going to UMass was probably going to be the better decision because it was closer to home, you know, cheaper in-state tuition, and it just made the most sense to do that. So what I was going to do was I was going to early enroll at UMass. So for those of you who don't know what early enrolling is, basically like if you have all your high school credits, you can early enroll that spring semester to a college. Like I said, we're in January 2019 of my senior year. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to early enroll, play spring ball, get put on scholarship. My plan works perfectly. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to commit to UMass. You know, they got a whole new coaching staff. I feel like I can get put on scholarship quick, and we're going to do it. But little did I know that this one decision to commit to UMass was going to change the trajectory of my football career for the rest of my life. Appreciate you guys tuning in to episode 1 of my Division 1 story. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn the notification bells on so you can get updated on when episode 2 is dropping. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm excited to give you guys this journey, this story, man. And yeah, stay tuned because we got a couple more episodes to go, man. Appreciate y'all.